You don't need to know anything about AI to watch this video. I'm gonna show you 3 easy ways to use it in your business right now so you can stop missing leads, save more hours, and close more jobs. We're gonna go over 3 things in this video. First, I'm gonna help you decide whether to use an open source or private source model and how to train your employees on it. Then, we're gonna go over automation, what it is, how to use it, and 3 simple ones you can implement today. Once you have these first 2 foundations set up, I'm gonna show you how to use my AI ads targeting system to actually grow your business and drive revenue. My name's Slade, and I help businesses in the home service industry grow their company using my AI growth engine. I've helped companies like TF Electrical Solutions get a 50% increase in booked appointments and over $51,000 a month in recovered revenue, while also eliminating 10 plus hours a week and doubling their conversion rate at the same time. We did this by implementing AI into their business and using Facebook ads to actually show their offer to interested buyers in the area. We were also able to respond to all of their leads in under 60 seconds using an automation and an agent that I will show you later in this video, as well as A&J Mechanical Services, who unlocked $24.5 thousand in profit from old leads in under 3 weeks using a reactivation campaign. We were able to achieve a $90 cost per sale, which is less than half of the industry average at $206 for their industry. If you want to learn how to do this, or you want my team to actually build all of this out for you, there's a link in the description where you can book a free strategy call and see if this would work for your business. Now, in today's new modern world, there is 3 types of businesses. There's ones that do not have enough leads. There's ones that have a decent amount of leads coming in, but they cannot convert them. And then there's companies that have lots of leads coming in, and they convert them well, but they are overstimulated and they have a lot going on. They have a lot of admin tasks to take care of. Now, whether you're in boat 1, 2, or 3, it doesn't matter. AI can solve all of these problems for you. The first thing you need to decide is whether you want to use an open source model or a private source model, and I'm going to explain to you exactly what that means. So an open source model is something like ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, or Gemini. These types of models are very smart and they're very practical. You probably already use them on a day-to-day basis. But there is one problem. They are not secure. Your data is openly shared with the public. If you read between the lines at the privacy policies of these biggest open source models on the internet right now, you will see that your data is shared publicly. In simple terms, this means anything that you tell the AI will be used to help the model get smarter. Also, it is allowed to be shared publicly on the internet. So if you have private information or secret data or stuff that you like to keep secure in your business, feeding it into an AI model is very dangerous. Now, for most plumbers, electricians, HVAC technicians, this is not a problem. This becomes a problem whenever you're, working in health or law or something like that. But if you do want to use a private source model, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that using something called VMware. VMware is a platform that allows businesses to use an AI model privately with all of their data being completely kept secure. This allows you to have your own data center so all of your information is kept private. This way you can comply with your business regulations, and it's hosted on your own computer so you don't even need Wi-Fi to use it. Probably the most powerful private AI model is Llama 2, made by Meta, also known as Facebook or Instagram. Llama 2 was trained on over 2 million tokens of data from publicly available sources. It took over 1.7 million GPU hours to train this model, and it costed around $20 million to build this one. Now, once you have chosen between a public model or a private model, you need to determine what you're gonna actually have that AI doing and how you're gonna use it and train your employees on it. There's 3 very common ways to use AI, and the first one you're probably already pretty familiar with. It's using it to respond to emails or text messages. Let me give you a quick story about this. So there's a business that I'm helping with their Facebook ads, and they get over 100 messages on Messenger each day. Now, instead of responding to each customer individually and taking that time out of their day, they allocate this task to an AI model that actually sends text back and forth with the customer. Let's assume you're using an open source model like ChatGPT, which is the easiest option, and it is very, very reasonable to use for a business. Now, if you go over to the section on the left that says GPTs, you'll see this page. Essentially, this is a bunch of trained models that are very good at performing specific tasks. Like right here, AI for product managers, or a grammar checker. What you can do is click on My GPTs and then create a GPT. Then right here in this Ask Anything box, go ahead and tell it what you want your model to be good at. For example, you can write out something like this. You know everything about my business, Upstate Automations. You're a professional expert at responding to emails in a clear, respectful, polished way. Then give some context and a goal for the AI to complete. Then once you put this in here, AI is actually gonna help you make your own AI. Perfect. Now that AI went ahead and made me my own model that now you can give this out to your employees and have them use it to respond to emails. This will increase productivity, make you more professional, and seem like the #1 service provider in your area. Now you can also use AI to actually learn and train your employees by creating summaries or reports and sharing internal knowledge. For example, you can have the AI make sense of long SOPs or documents so that you can better explain it to your employees. Or you can share your pricing sheets, your service areas, any other documents, your website with that model to now train it so it has a knowledge base on how your business works. Now, the third and my personal favorite way to use AI is to create social media content and even write your marketing copy. With correct prompting, an AI model can be as good as a $10,000 a month professional copywriter. For example, if you need headlines for your ads, if you tell ChatGPT or your private model, Llama 2, to be a professional copywriter, to pull from the internet, to pull from Reddit sources of popular hooks and headlines that are going viral right now, your AI will actually spit out high-performing headlines that you can now use for your Google or Facebook ads. Or you can have it write your captions for Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, whatever you're posting on for social media, and give you SEO optimized hashtags so that your videos or posts, carousels, whatever, perform better. If you use AI in these 3 ways, you will instantly increase your productivity 10x, 20x, even 50x in just the next week by making these small tweaks. Using AI in this way is the difference between manually hammering in multiple nails versus using a nail gun to put hundreds in every single second. Now, I've also created this sheet of prompts which you can give to your company to actually use on your AI model that you train. I'm not going to go over every single thing in this prompt sheet, but if you want me to create a custom one for your company, use the link in the description to book a free strategy call and we can build that together. This sheet essentially gives well-structured prompts for your employees to use to ask the AI questions. For example, you're a professional customer service rep for blank company, a home service business in this area. Write a short but professional follow-up email. Or for estimates and quotes, you can have it give properly formatted and engaging, easy to read estimates. You can have it create job summaries and notes, and then even prompts for making social media content. Making this custom sheet for my clients allowed them to be so much more productive and actually increase the revenue because they weren't spending so much time on admin tasks. Okay, now that we have AI implemented into your company, I want to get into the second boat of businesses, which are those that have leads but they cannot convert. Essentially, these companies are manually pushing customers down that sales pipeline rather than using a belt conveyor, which does it automatically. We are going to build these automations using a combo of Make.com and Go High Level so that we can integrate them with your CRM like Jobber or Housecall Pro. Now, right here is 3 automations that you may or may not have heard of, but they are so simple yet extremely powerful. Automation number 1 is a missed call text back, and you've probably received one of these before. When a business misses an incoming call, we're going to have the AI wait about 10 seconds and then send out an automated text saying, "Hey, sorry, missed your call. This is business name. Do you want to text us here or book a service?" This way, if you're not able to get to the phone, you can have a message go out so that you lose absolutely no leads and none of them slip through the cracks. Then we're going to wait for that customer to respond and send out a follow-up text. This text has a purpose, and it is to determine whether they are trying to book a service or if they just have a question. Now, at this point, there's multiple ways you can go. You can either have the AI continue to respond, or you can now jump in yourself and continue the conversation. Now, regardless of which scenario you go down, after they stop responding, we are going to track them in your CRM. Now, if they were engaged, we are going to notify someone on the team to call them or follow up to actually close the deal. If you think they were a potential lost customer or that they have gone cold, then we're going to quickly notify the staff to follow up with them and actually re-engage them. Now, the second automation is SMS and email confirmations for when you get a booking. Now, this is very common for like nail salons or restaurants, but you probably are not using it yet for your home service company. The way I do this for all my clients is when a lead books a time slot on their business website or through a contact form, I wait about 25 seconds and then send a text and email confirmation confirming the date, the time, and the address with that client. Then we wait until about 2 hours before the service and send another text and email reminder about the upcoming service so that they know to be there. This decreases cancellations, so you no longer have those no-shows or people, canceling last minute, and it makes you seem more professional. Then we're gonna wait till that service call is completed and update the lead's opportunity status in your CRM. Then we're even going to put them into a lead nurture campaign to build a relationship over time. And I'm actually going to show you exactly how to do this in just a few minutes once we get into my Facebook ad strategy that you can copy. Now, right before we get into that, I want to show you the third automation, which is the most important and also the easiest to build. It's a review request. If you want to become the #1 service provider in your area and scale your business to tens, even hundreds of millions of dollars each year, then you need to have over 1,000 reviews. That's bare minimum. And if you're sitting below that, you need to set up an automation to actually increase those. And the way we do that, when a job is marked as complete in the CRM, we wait about an hour and then send a message to the customer asking them to rate the service. We don't ask them to leave a Google review. We just wait for their response. And if they said it was like 4 or 5 stars or it was a good service, we're going to send them over that Google review link and give them some kind of incentive to fill it out. If it was between 1 and 3 stars, we're going to notify the staff about their low rating and immediately resolve that issue. Once again, this builds your professionalism and makes you seem like a very, very trusted provider in your area. In both scenarios, we're going to update their status in the CRM and record the conversation. Now you might be saying, I like the plan, but I don't actually know how to build this. What's this going to look like with Jobber? How does this work? No worries, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. For the missed call text back, you want the trigger to be an incoming call, then update their contact field, and depending on whether it was the first missed call, second, third, fourth, fifth, we're going to send out a little bit of a different text. But by the way, this is all built in Go High Level. If you don't have it, you can use make.com. It's the exact same thing, and it's completely free. For the scheduling sequence, it's going to look something like this. It might seem complicated, but it's actually very easy. This is very blurry, so I'm actually going to go over to it in my account. Once the customer books an appointment, I tag them as, an interested customer. Then a text, notify the users, send out some emails, send out more emails and reminders, then a text. And then once they respond, I just confirm that they will actually show up and notify the staff that they're going to show up. If they say no, we have to cancel, reschedule, I send them the link to do so. Pretty much the end goal of this is just to confirm that the customer is going to show up. So you can add more steps, or you can just take away and send out a few texts and emails. For the review request, once again, this may look complicated. If you want my team to build it, no worries. Use that link in the description, book a free strategy call. Pretty much, we're going to send out a text message once the job is marked as complete. And whether they mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or some other scenarios, we're just going to send out a different text and reminder to the staff. In these score 4 or score 5, we are going to send out a text with the Google review link included and offer them some kind of discount or incentive to actually fill it out. Now, if you're confused about how to connect this to your CRM, I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is. Open up make.com, which is completely free, and set up a trigger to watch the events and Go High Level, and then send it over to your CRM, and that's literally it. And then you can have it go both ways. So when something happens in, let's say, Service Titan, you send it back over to Go High Level or something like that. Or you can have those automations built primarily in make.com, which they would look the exact same. Now I want to break down my AI growth engine that all of my clients use to not just make their life easier, but actually drive revenue. Then I'm going to show you that lead nurture campaign that builds a relationship with your customer and is absolutely crucial for making sure no leads slip through the cracks. So we're going to use Meta's very powerful AI to run the ads, and you're just going to simply film them on your phone while you walk, talk, go down the street, cut up an apple, whatever you like to do. And we're going to print money doing that. First step is to create your offer, which you might say, I already have an offer. I do plumbing services. No, you need to be a little bit more specific. So for one of my HVAC companies, they're doing a fall maintenance plan, or for one of my irrigation clients, they're doing an outdoor lighting offer, so they install outdoor lighting systems. Something a little bit more, niche, not so broad and not so common. Once you have your offer created, you're going to use my ad creative template to actually write the scripts for your videos. And by the way, your offer doesn't have to be crazy. It just needs to be a little bit more unique than everyone else out there, and it has to have some kind of time factor. This makes sure anyone viewing your content, they know that they need to book a service right now and they cannot push this off. When you create your ads, the most important part is obviously the hook. You need to call out your specific target audience and the amount of money they're losing per time period. This is a proven hook and it has worked time and time again, so do not try and just flip the system. Then show some kind of authenticity by showing a relatable situation or a brief story and mistake. Build authority by explaining who you've helped, how you've helped them, and what result you bring. Describe the pain that the customer is feeling with. This is the most important part besides the hook, because it is what actually calls out the viewer and makes them feel heard. Then provide your unique solution. That's why I created, this offer. Instead of doing it the old way, we're going to do it the new way, and it's going to bring you all of these benefits. Then create urgency. One common one is, I only take this many clients per time period. Like I'm only signing on 15 people for this fall maintenance offer. Do the CTA, actually guide the viewer on what they need to do, whether that's leave a message, call this number, or fill out the form. Throw in some kind of free value. This is not needed, but it insanely increases conversion rate. A free bonus, like a free estimate or something like that, and it show how much money it saves people. Here's an example of what this looks like for an HVAC business, and here's a template that you can fill in. Now, once you have your scripts created, you need to go out, grab your phone right here, go out, walk down the street, and literally just film a couple videos using these scripts. Make some variations, call out different pain points, different solution for different offers, stuff like that. Now, the most important part is we are going to create multiple visual hooks to put at the start of each video and just switch it up so that people are not seeing the same ad over and over. What I want you to do is use this prompt and put it into the AI of your choice, whether that's ChatGPT or Claude, whatever you chose at the start of the video, and have it create 50 hooks for you. Go ahead and edit those together with your videos, and that way you'll have multiple videos to test to see which ones perform best. This allows you to not burn through a budget and actually test effectively and get to that $51,000 a month goal that you should have with your ads instantly for the first month or two. Then once you find winners, continue to scale those up, put a little bit more money behind them, and create variations. For those companies that are really looking to scale and they want to become the #1 provider in your area, I would suggest using a VAPI voice agent. I'm not going to go too in depth into this, but pretty much it's an AI agent that will phone your leads for you so that you don't have to manually handle this task. I have gone over this in other videos, but pretty much you need to give a system prompt. This software is completely free, by the way. Give it an initial message and then carefully crafted prompt that tells the AI how to act. Then give it a voice and a little bit of mess with these sliders here just to make sure your AI responds quickly and it does not sound like a robot. You might not know this, but businesses that respond in under 60 seconds compared to those who respond in just 5 minutes see a 391% increase in conversion. But now what you have been waiting for, the lead nurture campaign that gets the most out of every single customer and make sure nothing slips through the crack. Now I have an example of a 90-day nurture sequence here, but you can do this for 180 days, a year, even up to 5 years, however long you want to go. But let's actually open up Go High Level right here and walk you through it. Now the cool thing about this automation is it fits in so many different ways. You can make the trigger for when a job is completed, for when a lead has gone cold, or for when someone has, done a cancellation, something like that. But the example I want to show you is for when a Facebook ad lead form is filled out, but they don't actually end up converting. So we're going to send out a message saying, hey, contact name, thanks for reaching out to us. Here's a quick tip. And quick tip for you, make this relevant to your offer. So to avoid clogged drains, run hot water down your sink, something like that. And then send out an email as well. Keep them very engaged. Then wait 2 days. You want to be at the top of their mind. You want to be something that's constantly coming in the door, because in reality, they're spending about 30 seconds reading this, every 2 days or whatever it is. It's not gonna bombard them. They're not gonna get annoyed. Then a couple days later, you want to give a client testimonial. Recently helped out this homeowner save $500 by fixing a hidden leak. Send out the same thing in an email. Then a couple days later, give some free value. So for example, for this one, hey, contact first name. With the seasons changing, your pipes, your water heater, they need maintenance. So small maintenance now can prevent big repairs later. Want me to send you a quick checklist? This makes you seem extremely professional and builds a relationship with your customer. Customize this for 90 days, 180 days, a year, whatever you want to do. And the odds that customer comes back to you to actually book a service increases dramatically. I would say every quarter, so at the end of the 90 days, give them a phone call, check in. You don't have to close them right there, but that way you keep in touch with them. If this video provided you any value, it would mean the world to me if you left a like, subscribed, and left a comment below. Have a good one.